had Stranger Things Season 4 came out before all these other family videos were kind of going kaput, I mean, I don't even know if they're all gone yet, but you think that would have there would have been a surge in people going to them because of the show? Hello and welcome to episode 190 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Megan.
190. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
Of just this show. We have other shows, of course, so we've done like over 300 episodes totaled. But yeah, crazy. We're getting to 200. Have to do something big. It's fireworks or something. I'm not sure.
Right. We should do that. Maybe Nexus 6 will allow us to.
Yeah. Let's blow some stuff up in here.
From the rooftop.
Demolish their office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Insurance will cover it. It's fine. We get new space.
So San Diego Comic-Con happened last weekend. It's, the talk of the town. Biggest news really to talk about. So, yeah, a lot went down. Most things I think people expected and wanted, and some we'll get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least for me, there was some things that I wish would have happened, but yeah. We'll talk. But one of the biggest surprises this last week outside of the con was the announcement that Ben Affleck is returning to Aquaman 2 as Batman Bruce Wayne. So
I'll accept it.
Yeah. Well, it basically happened because it would have been a secret. But I guess Ben and Jason Momoa left their stage and they were on the back lot. And of course, there were fans out there, noticed them. So they had to tell the world that he's coming and he's going to be in this film. Not sure if Amber Heard's going to be in it much.
Oh, yeah.
I keep hearing all these different rumors about, they're taking her out entirely.
They're cutting her screen time. There's a petition for Bruce
Campbell to take her place. I mean, it's just crazy. It's silliness. But yeah, I don't know.
I guess we'll wait and see. It's a wait and see.
I mean, if it makes sense, if her character really isn't needed for the movie, but she's kind of a big deal for the comics, she later becomes the wife of Aquaman, so... Oh,
that's unfortunate.
Maybe they'll recast. I don't know. Is it Emma Clarke? Is that who they like? Emily
They
Clarke?
do, yeah.
Yeah, because they had good chemistry before on Game of Thrones.
They had amazing chemistry, and she would be an easy stand-in for her as far as looks go.
Yeah.
So...
Maybe.
That would be nice if they did that. I would hate to see, and I don't think it will, but I would hate to see Aquaman not perform well because she's in it.
Yeah.
In some way, but.
Yeah. Who knows in the end if how much screen time she'll have. I'm not sure. But I'm very excited about Affleck being in that because I loved him as Batman. I know you probably didn't as much. You like Keaton, and you might not like this news. So The Flash was supposed to come out and explain why Keaton's Batman is back.
Yeah.
And then he was going to be in Batgirl. And he still is in Batgirl.
Okay.
But those movies have been delayed. So, with that said, he was actually going to also be in Aquaman 2, supposedly. Michael Keaton.
Heard that.
But since these other films delayed that explained how he's back, why he's back, they basically replaced him with Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're going to be like, what the hell?
They brought all of the old Spider-Man men.
Right. Yep.
It would be nice to see them do something similar to Batman. I don't think anybody would hate that.
It'd be cool if they shared the same screen, but I don't know if they'll get that. Or, I don't know. It's kind of a win, but I would hope to see those Keaton scenes someday because supposedly they were shot.
Yeah.
So... it's just a big mess. A whole Warner Brother buyout with Discovery. So, when they delayed The Flash, a lot of us were like, well, that's going to make Batgirl not make a whole lot of sense regarding his Batman. Because, why is he in this all of a sudden? So,
which is why I'm okay with Ben continuing to take on that role. I think it would be awkward for you to throw in a brand new
it's gotta be,
character or recast a character or there's a lot of that going on, it seems like. And so, and I think it deters from the film itself, in my opinion. I don't know that I share that.
Well, and The Flash, I think, is set up to be a great introduction to Keaton's return. So I'd rather it be explained in that film. Hopefully we'll get that soon. It will be next year sometime. So we got to wait. But, we waited for Top Gun, and look what happened. So it was all worth
several years in the...
It was all worth it in the end. It made over $1 billion. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Movie about fighter jets and pilots, not superheroes.
That movie, though, was such a cult classic. And so... And
the new one you're talking about.
Well, the old one, but the new one...
It lived up to it.
Yeah.
Kind of... Yeah,
it is the next generation of what would be considered a classic, I think. So
well, and it's a big win for non-comic book films. I mean, you could say Joker was that, but he kind of was because he's in that universe. So, but that's a big win because I am starting to miss like good old movies without capes, and I do like the capes, but there used to be. Studios have lost interest in funding them, so a lot of those films get like put on Netflix or something like that, and they don't feel like a film. I don't know. The whole streaming thing, sometimes it doesn't feel like. Would I see this on the screen? Would I get the same enjoyment? Would I get more enjoyment out of it on the screen, or would it just seem like a TV film on screen? You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, so I still love the theater experience, and Top Gun definitely brought a lot of people back. So many people went out to see that. And it was a movie you could take kids to. And
because you took your children, didn't you?
I didn't, because they never saw the first one.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't. But you could. They don't. That's the beauty of it. They made it so you don't really need to see the first one,
Yeah.
It'll make you want to go back and see the first one, and you see the cool tie-ins. But, yeah, it's very remarkable. Very remarkable for what it's done. And, Cruise's ego is even higher now into the clouds. Steve's happy about that, I'm sure.
I bet.
I mean, Steve's a big Tom Cruise, critic.
Him and I share that in that regard.
Yeah. I like Tom Cruise. Outside of that, I wish I didn't personally know about his outside of...
I like old Tom Cruise.
Yeah. You didn't know much about him privately.
No, actually, I think I like him prior to the Mission Impossible series.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah.
So 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. 90s.
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire.
Yep. Yeah. And Top Gun and Risky Business, right?
Yeah.
He was in that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was in Cocktail too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
I like 80s Tom.
80s Tom. They're bringing him back. They kind of did. So Ben Affleck returning, that's great. I'm excited. It'll probably just be a cameo. I don't think it's going to be a big part or anything. Still fine with it. So moving into San Diego Comic-Con, a lot of stuff went down. Marvel had a panel, DC, Kevin Smith. Everyone had a panel. We didn't have a panel, though.
No, they forgot to send us
we
our
wanted
invite.
More money. That's what we wanted.
That's what it was.
That's
so we couldn't work it out with our lawyers. It's fine. We'll be there next year.
They didn't care for us.
Nope.
No. Hall H wasn't good enough. But yeah, Marvel, they showed Black Panther 2 trailer. Wakanda Forever. I wasn't a doubter. I'm not on the boat of not recasting T'Challa because he's a big character from the comics, and we didn't really get him, doing too much. I mean, it was a lot, but it wasn't like, all the key points from the comics. So a lot of people have been like, should they recast? Shouldn't they? I do like, even though it's kind of, I'm sure it's good. It's good intended, right? To not like play off his death so much, like as a financial gain or to get people in seats, But the trailer is very effective because I think we all feel that loss, from him passing away. And great cover of No Woman, No Cry. I love that song. That's so cool. Just the way it was, done. And a very powerful trailer. It's breaking all kinds of viewership records. Angela Bassett's like on her game. Like, just holy shit. Like, will she get an Oscar for this film?
Woman of power. woman
right?
of power. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
yeah. What'd you think about it? I mean, I know you're not a big Black Panther fan, right?
But even I, just sitting here watching the trailer, had a moment where I was like, oh, because though I'm not a giant fan, I do know what's going on to a certain extent, and even it caught my attention, and that's impressive for me. So, but maybe this is a carrying of the torch, as we're seeing in so many of the other Marvel characters with Ant-Man and Hawkeye even. Perhaps this is just maybe that's what we're seeing. Who knows?
Oh, right. Like taking up the man. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah. You get a shot at Black Panther, but you don't know who is Black Panther. Could be female, male. It could be anybody. A lot of people want M'Baku to be Black Panther. I think that would be really cool. Or Killmonger to come back. I mean, that would be a lot of forgiving for what he did. Yeah, that's tough. Shuri is supposedly the shoo-in. She's T'Challa's sister, but she's a very tech savvy person, kind of just in the lab. So for her to make that leap, although she is like in line to take the mantle up, if you're, looking at kings, queens, and their offspring, maybe Angela Bassett's Black Panther. That'd be cool. People like that. Stella got a groove back again,
Yeah.
Claws. I don't
somebody
know.
Unexpected, I bet. Because you got that awe factor.
Yeah, I know. As much as I love this trailer, I'm like, oh, can this movie capture what I got from this trailer? Like, probably not. But the emotional beats, like that's gonna be so tough. And there's a clip of the Queen saying, "I've lost my whole entire family's gone." So a lot of people are like, well, Shuri, is Shuri gonna die? Some people think maybe it's during the snap because Shuri was gone during the snap. Because I originally thought, well, all this T'Challa stuff, maybe it is during the snap, this whole film, but then Shuri's there, so that doesn't make sense. And then you'd have to mourn him again. He'd come back from the snap, and then he dies again. Like, man, that's just like a big tease, But yeah, it looks amazing. I've not seen a trailer as much for a long time. Like, I've seen it probably 15 times, not in one sitting, but just. I think it's the music too, great song. I've actually added that song to my playlist. So it's just cool. It's like they reinvented that song and you just kind of think of the imagery from the trailer and yeah, it looks good. Namor, like, who is Aquaman for Marvel. He's not King of Atlantis. I think he was in the comics, but they changed it because it's too similar to Aquaman. So they got to make it a little different. But yeah, it looks great. The underwater scenes look pretty cool.
I was going to say that. Yeah. I was a little confused at first, but yeah.
That's something, and I know why Aquaman kind of had a loosey-goosey with underwater, because it's just like the whole movie's underwater. In BVS and in Justice League, the underwater sequences felt a lot more real to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're down there and it's like pressure and you can't see that good or hear that good. And then Aquaman comes out and it's like clear as day what's going on down there. They got ships and shit. I get it. I know why they had to do that. And I applaud them because, if it was just dull and dark the whole movie, that's a lot to, ask someone to sit through. But, I think they'll learn from Aquaman perhaps. And maybe Aquaman 2's learned from Aquaman 1. I don't know. But yeah, it's cool to have another underwater character. And I'm not trying to make like a Marvel versus DC thing. I like them both. And I know you're going to get those comparisons, right? Like our underwater guy's better than yours and whatever. But yeah, he's pissed off at the Wakanda, it looks like, and the whole country's like underwater at the end, or is it the end? We don't know. It could be the beginning of the film. I don't know, but yeah, it looks really, really good, and I'm excited. I really am excited, and as a non-fan. You're kind of on board a little bit, right? I mean, you might not make the leap to the theater unless you hear other people praise it, perhaps.
Oh, I don't think I'll make it to the theater.
No?
I'll watch it from home when it comes out. I am so much a homebody anymore. It's really difficult for me to make.
Because of the pandemic or just in general?
I think it's just difficult for me to make it to the theater.
It is. It is a commitment, especially with kids and stuff. And yeah, it is a commitment and it costs, unfortunately. I know. I want them to stay around though. I was like, if that goes, man, that's gonna be such a, we had Family Video, last couple years, all of a sudden they all closed up shop around us, and that was fun to go experience that.
I love that. I love that.
The smells and stuff. Hopefully they're good smells, but that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Just like when you go to a comic book store, you smell that new paper. Like I just love that. Like I need that. You don't get the same online.
You just unlocked a core memory.
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Yep.
Stranger Things did that too, and so did Marvel.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, Miss Marvel, right? No. God, what am I saying? Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Thank you.
She crashes in the
Marvel.
Blockbuster. Well, they're kind of the same. They're all going to be in the Marvel movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, I just had a thought. Like, had Stranger Things season 4 came out before all these other family videos were kind of going kaput? I mean, I don't even know if they're all gone yet. But you think that would have it would have been a surge in people going to them because of the show? Maybe
I like to think so.
It's not like it was taking place during the whole season and then Family Video, but you still got to see it. Like, I'm sure if there was one of those, what was the ice cream place in season 3? That a boy or some crap? Or
No.
That actually is a real place, right? In the 80s that they had. I can't remember.
I know. If
they had one around here. Could you see maybe people like, oh, I was on the show. Let's go.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There is so much.
Could have helped Family Video, I'm saying.
No, there is one left here that I know of. Yeah. Okay. Or at least I think it's still open. I don't know. Maybe they changed it.
Yeah. So many vacancies. It's sad.
It is sad. It is sad that they're all going away. But I would have gone. I probably would have gone. And I probably would have taken my children. Like, this is where we used to go on our Friday nights.
Oh, so exciting.
Yeah.
Like, can we get popcorn? Like, video game rentals. Sometimes system rentals. You rent a system you don't have. I know.
To go back.
I miss it.
Yeah.
Damn it. Anyway, getting back to the movie theaters. Go to a movie theater. Support your local theaters. Especially now. Everything is so, like, relaxed. Like, you get like a recliner to sit in.
And they allow you to bring blankets.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when...
Heated seats.
Yeah, when we were younger, you're older than me, to say. But when I was younger, you would go to the theater, but there was no reclined seats. It was just those... It almost felt like stadium seating. You just sit there.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't bring anything in with you. They were very, like... They would check that. Yeah. So I do like the theater experience now.
Yes. Oh, it's so much better. Yeah. And you can reserve seats. Like when Thor came out, that review's up, by the way, little segue there. We were up north and the local theater is great. I love going to that local theater, and it cost isn't that bad, for tickets and concessions, but no reserved seats. So we get there after it opens and it lined up, and I'm like, oh crap, we're going to be sold out. And we weren't, but we ended up sitting in front. And like in the review, I hadn't done this since I was like a teenager. Like Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me, was the last time. Yes, but see, this theater was like one big screen, and then they split it in 3. And it's so weird how it's mapped out. It's Park Theater in Park Rapids. Shout out. It's weird. It's like you'll go down a hall, and then you'll go like to the right or left, and then they got a theater here, and then you go further down, and there's a theater behind it. It's weird, but anyway, it wasn't in the big theater. So sadly, it kind of looked like, in the end, it looked like a TV. I mean, it was bigger than that, but we're just sitting there. I'm just like, man, this just feels like a giant TV I'm watching this on.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
And the seats were, I didn't like the seats.
Did you go and rewatch it then, or did that
Not
was just
yet.
your experience?
No, I don't know if I'll get there because there's Nope that's out, and
I haven't seen that yet.
I'm drawing a blank. There's other ones that are out, and I'm like, I can't catch up. I mean, I need to catch up. I've already seen Thor. I'll probably just wait, but. Yeah, we were just like right up there. And when we left the theater, it was funny. They actually brought in 2 folding chairs in the front row too. I'm like, oh, we could have had those. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I don't miss I don't miss people have, when people get up, you're like locked in there real tight. People get up, you're like, fuck.
Well, good for them for catering to those that wanted to come and did not have enough seats.
I like the theater. I did not like sitting up front. That was my bad. They opened at 6:30. I should have got there before that. Yeah. And I didn't think. Small town.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is all they got,
I vote you re-see it and have a better experience.
Yeah. Well, they also had Top Gun, so I was trying to think of like a backup plan. They had the Minions plane. I didn't want to see that.
Right.
I had my daughter with me, so I'm like, okay, this might be sold out. I might have to not do a movie. Mm-hmm. And at one point she's like, we're not seeing Top Gun. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know. I'll definitely see this on the big screen, IMAX style. I'm really looking forward to it. November, I believe it's coming. So
it is coming out. I just had it up.
Just says November, but I know there's a date.
There is a date.
It's more flashy. Just say the month, and everyone's like, "What? Which?"
What? Now we have to go online and look?
Is it the 41st day of the month? What? I'm inventing today.
It is coming out November 11th.
Oh, okay. I'll be there. Hopefully.
Yeah, right before the holiday season, too. So
yeah.
Good for them.
Go see Black Panther, then go to the store and get your Thanksgiving food. Mm-hmm. Hell yes. She-Hulk was another trailer. This was trailer 2, I believe. We covered trailer 1. Mm-hmm. I think we all liked it. I just was very picky on the CG. I think that was improved in this one. Mm-hmm. And there's some shots still. But yeah, it's not coming till fall, I believe. So maybe next month. I don't know. I don't know why August all of a sudden is in my head, but
because you want it to be now.
Yes, I do.
But you're not wrong. Because the release date is August 17th.
Oh, shit. Wow, August was such a boring month when I was a kid. And now it's like, everything exciting's coming. So,
and that'll be on your Disney Plus. So if you were not subscribed, make sure you subscribe.
You get that, yes.
That's free promo for Disney. You can send me the check in the mail. Disney I'll be waiting.
Yes, yes. Yeah, you have Disney Plus, right?
Oh, yeah. You can't not have Disney Plus with children.
Yeah.
No way.
No. They have no idea how good they have it.
Right? I remember as a child, we go down into the basement and our wall was just completely lined with Disney VHSs. Yep. And if you wanted to watch it, you better hope that it's rewound and then you put it in. And if not, then you have to rewind it.
Right.
And now all they have to do is hit a freaking button
they
and
have
just
no
play
idea
it.
how
And they don't.
good they have it.
Yeah.
Well, even the younger generation now, they don't know how good they have it. We're old people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So spoiled. But yeah, what'd you think of this trailer? The second trailer?
Yeah, I didn't. So I don't have the eye for CGI.
Criticism of CG, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That too.
Everything looks real.
Yeah. But I did like the gosh, I'm slightly concussed. So just bear with me. The camaraderie between She-Hulk and Hulk. Yeah. And I don't think I saw that as much in the first trailer. I mean, there were pieces of him, but it was more focused on her and who she was. And so I really like how they play off of each other. So I think it's going to be amazing. And I'm super excited for it, actually, because she's hilarious.
They definitely sound like best friends or cousins. Yeah. They are cousins. And I think there's a car accident and she gets blood transfusion from him. I think that's how it starts. And there's fourth wall breaking. A lot of people will probably, not like that. I don't know. It's like in its own world, but the comics like that supposedly. So I kind of like that. He's like, if you want to go back and be a lawyer, it's okay. And she goes, he doesn't mean that.
Right.
Then he looks and she's like, yeah, I think it looks really cool. Get a look of Abomination. And Wong's in there, which kind of sets up the Shang-Chi ending they did with or the appearance of Abomination in that film. So yeah, it's all kind of coming together. Like Feige has said, Phase 4 has kind of been messy so far, at least to me and a lot of people. But it looks like those pieces are kind of out of order, and then once they're all put together, it'll be more like feeling like a regular phase. How you understand.
I appreciated them pulling up the timeline for the universe. I think that was helpful. I don't think I follow it as closely as you guys do, but again, I never really know what's coming. What's on the
horizon?
Yeah.
Daredevil makes an appearance at the end. I don't know if you knew who that was at the end. That's Daredevil.
Who's casted as Daredevil now? Because
it's Charlie Cox still. Oh. He's coming back.
Okay.
Yep. That was announced. He was going to be on She-Hulk. He had 3 seasons on Netflix, Daredevil, his show, which was great. Fantastic show. Disney announced, this was a shock to me, because I thought he was just appearing in the other shows. Hey, Dave. But yeah, he's going to get his own show called Daredevil Born Again, which is based on a comic. It's going to have 18 episodes. That's huge for a Disney Plus show right now, because they're usually about 6 to 8 episodes. So
he's carrying over from the previous seasons?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
See, it's very vague, because that was a whole different, not really the MCU, but kind of was. So, Marvel's kind of always been, the TV division and the film division have always kind of been like
separate, and it's super annoying.
Yeah, some like the TV division is basically like, yeah, we accept what takes place in the films. We've actually written around those things and incorporated the ideas. Film, not so much.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, this is like a new beginning. I think it might be like a light reboot. They won't exactly tackle what came before, maybe. But I hope they bring in characters over from before and put them in new situations, of course. So, yeah, it's very vague so far. But what's odd is, and Disney's actually been criticized for this, right now in Disney, you can watch Deadpool 2, Logan. Like, there's rated R films on Disney Plus now. So if you're not under a kid log on, you got access to that. And so, yeah, a lot of people were pissed off at Disney. And I was going to try and access it. That's the thing, though. It's not that smart. Like, for like an adult, you just put in adult. You just have to do math. And it's not like it gives you a quiz, So any kid can get access to these shows. So, yeah, I get people being pissed off. I'm kind of shocked myself. I'm like, I thought they were going to have another streaming service or another wing of their streaming service dedicated to rated R films, So
you can access rated R films on Netflix too.
That's true.
So I guess
it's just the profile. Yeah. If you have an adult profile, you can see everything.
I think it's very unfair biasness against Disney.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I question then, because
they expect better from Disney. I think that's why.
Well,
like they're family.
Are you really leaving your children unattended so much to the point that
people are? That's probably
and then that's on them.
I agree. That's who's complaining.
Yeah, because when I think about
babysitter television, is tormenting my child.
Well, when I think about myself, as a parent, I guess that doesn't bother me because I am aware of what's going on and what's being accessed.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah, people just
what
have to
a Karen. I'm
people
sorry.
just have to step up their parenting game, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
and then,
series,
at what age is it not appropriate for children to actually see different films? I don't know, because
I watched rated R films as a kid, but now I'm a parent and I'm in the command, and it's like, you can't watch that. But I'm like, I watched it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't get a handbook when you're a parent.
Yeah.
And,
no, you don't.
I'm a guy. I wouldn't even read the damn thing. Let's be honest.
That's true.
So
I wouldn't read it either, and I'm not a male. So
no pictures? What?
I rely on photos as well.
Yeah. Comic book form. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Make it happen. But yeah, Charlie Cox is back as Daredevil. Matt Murdock. Great actor. Perfect Daredevil. Vincent D'Onofrio. How do you say his name? D'Onofrio.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna not help you there.
Yeah, he appeared on Hawkeye as Kingpin, kind of a different Kingpin. He's gonna be in show called Echo. I'm not sure. I assume he's gonna be in Daredevil, Born Again. So yeah, we'll see what happens. That's very shocking to me, though. I was not expecting an 18-episode order of a new Daredevil series, but I will welcome it. Mm-hmm. So it's all good. Ant-Man 3. They basically showed a trailer. We did not see. I did see a bootleg version, but you couldn't really see too well. Looks great. I don't know what else to say. They have a new director for this one, and Ant-Man's daughter will have a suit because she's older now and she's ready to take up the mantle. So,
who they recasted from Endgame, might we say?
Yes. So I do feel bad for that actress. That sucks. But yeah, they do that, Mm-hmm. I mean, they've done it before with. That's the thing, that's going back to Black Panther. It kind of sets maybe a new problem. How do you decide? Because T'Challa is a big character in the comics. Mm-hmm. One actor played him. Mm-hmm. He died. Mm-hmm. We got to kill the character. You don't do that with other characters, though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you decide who, and I get Black Panther was a big impact. You know, it was a huge impact, and people showed up in drones to see it. But yeah, to me, it's like, okay, yeah, because like War Machine was originally played by Terrence Howard. They recasted Don Cheadle. They didn't kill the character off. Of course, Terrence Howard didn't die in real life, but it kind of is like, when is it okay to kill a character off because the actor playing that character has either left or has died in real life? And when is it okay to recast?
And who are they asking? What is their audience for that? Who's making that decision? You know, I just wonder, is it the community of actors that are saying, and that's who they're listening to, and they're saying, no, we can't do this?
Yeah.
Or is do the majority of the public saying, no, don't do this? Like, who decides that that's a good idea?
I just hope in a way, they're exploiting his death. And I think that's really...
I didn't think about that. How really naive of me.
Teeter-totters, I think, on, is it right, is it wrong? You know what I mean? Like, I get, like, it could help the story, at least help the actors, because they're all, like, mourning his death. So, like, there's not a lot of acting there, really, when they say action. You know, it's like, in real life, they just channel their feelings about working with him and stuff, and that's enough. But it's like, it does, you know, I don't know.
Would he have wanted that? You know,
no,
would he have
by all accounts, he did not.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even say he had cancer. Like, he never told them.
Yeah.
His death was a shock, I guess, to everybody.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, I think you were saying his brother even said they should recast.
I think I came across a brief, you know, sentence that from his brother, Derek, that had said that he was against not recasting.
Yes. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what the finished product is, but yeah, I don't know. Getting back to, of course, Ant-Man's daughter. Yeah, it's just weird, you know? It's just like, when do you decide? I don't know. But they got an actress that's a little bit bigger than the last one.
I think if they would have done it right, they probably should have casted his daughter as somebody who they could have moved forward with other films with, and that would have, you know, been right by everybody instead of just trying to, because younger, right? So,
yeah, they aged her up in Endgame, different actress, and now they've paved a way, because I'm assuming this Ant-Man 3 is taking place after Endgame, or maybe it's years after Endgame, because we are years after Endgame. So, yeah, I don't know what their strategy was about that. What sucks is that little girl who was in the first two Ant-Man, you know, and the minute they go forward in time, it's like, oh, she just lost a job, you know, because she was cute. I mean, they couldn't really do much more with her, I guess, you know, but it was nice to have her in there, you know. It definitely was there. She was in there for the kids' point of view of the whole thing. So now she's old. But yeah, Ant-Man 3, by all accounts, sounds great. So it's Bill Murray's in it.
Stop it.
Yeah, he is. I'm not sure what he's playing.
Did he show up to set?
Yeah, I guess so. They just kidnapped him. No, yeah, that's one of the images I saw on the bootleg trailer. I mean, it's just from the audience, you know, and it's really bad. But yeah, he showed up and people went ape shit. I don't know who he's playing.
I would too. Because I like Bill Murray.
He just
Everybody
shows up.
likes Bill Murray.
It's just odd. In real life, he just shows up.
That's the
it's
thing.
It's crazy. He shows up to a ball game with people and wedding parties.
He just decides from a very young age in his acting career. He just decided when he was going to be there and when he was not.
Yeah.
So.
Very strange, but yeah, they released Phase 4 through 6 slate of films, or release what they're going to be. They're not done yet. Captain America. New World Order, that's cool. I like Captain America. It'll be Sam Wilson, of course. Anthony Mackie. A lot of people are NWO, you know, wrestling fans. They're getting a kick out of that title. So Thunderbolts, that's basically like, I don't know, would you call them the Dark Avengers? Kind of what they're forming right now with that Captain America wannabe and the new Black Widow, Florence Pugh, her character. You know, they got Julie Louis-Dreyfus. She's like the Nick Fury of that group. So, with William Hurt though being gone as General Ross, I don't know how they're going to pursue that, because in the comics, I think General Ross becomes Red Hulk. So I don't know. Again, they're going to recast or are they going to kill that character off? I don't know. So, yeah. Of course, D23 is coming September 9th through the 11th this year. So they're gonna release a lot more stuff then. That's kind of the bad thing about Disney. It's like, yeah, they'll give you a lot at San Diego Comic-Con and other cons, I guess. But yeah, D23 they save a lot for that because that's the big Disney Expo they got to show off. Yeah. So there'll be a lot more coming. Then there'll probably be another trailer. Who knows? It's it's unknown. But yeah, then DC had a panel, of course. Everyone. The rumor mill was going crazy. Henry Cavill's coming back to announce his return as Superman.
I wish.
Didn't happen. Yeah. I was bummed. I was so bummed. Because that's like just an easy win. Mm-hmm. I think.
Nobody would be disappointed if he came back. Nobody would be like, hey, he's done.
Yeah. I don't know if they're doing fandom. They've done that the last 2 years, but that was basically for the pandemic. So that hasn't been announced this year. So when I was drawing this up, I was like, oh, maybe they'll release, he'll come out at fandom, or maybe he'll go party with Jason Momoa in the back lot and get caught. Yeah. That might be it. I don't know.
I think he is busy.
Another tweet from Momoa. Hey.
I think he is busy shooting The Witcher. I think that is his bread and butter right now.
I mean, good for him for moving forward. He can't wait production. On these guys.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they keep saying he wants more money. Give it to him. I don't care. Give it to him. He looks like Superman. He is perfect. Like, what are you doing, Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Like, geez, he's going to age out of the part and you're going to have to start over again.
I was never really a big Superman fan. I had always been Batman. And I think I wasn't a big Superman fan because when it came back, when I was younger and even, into my teenage years, I didn't like anybody. Yeah. And I know a lot of people get upset about that. I just didn't really care for anybody who played him. And I think that was what the deterrent was for me. But when he stepped into those shoes.
He's got Reeves' look.
Yeah.
He's huge.
I think that's what that is that he's so broad.
Right. He's
perfect. And he's a
casting.
really good actor, too.
Yeah. I love Man of Steel. I gave you everything you wanted out of Superman.
It really did.
And yeah, it's just a shame they haven't followed it up. But yeah, we'll hopefully that'll come down the road soon. They had trailers for Shazam 2.
How long have we waited for the second Shazam? Because when did we see the first one? Years. It felt like years. Oh my God. And it was so good. And I loved every bit of it. And they're like, there's going to be a second one. And then nothing.
Right.
So this is super exciting. I'm super excited.
It looks really good. Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah. What sucks is these kids, they morph into adults. Well, they're kind of adults now. Yeah. So next film, they're going to be fucking adults.
I know.
So, it's like, it's an unfortunate side about, the whole kids growing up and like you have to make a movie back to back basically.
You really do.
To catch up.
What was the holdup? I don't remember. I know we had talked about it and they kept mentioning it and then they weren't doing it and then.
Yeah, I don't recall. I think it was just the pandemic, honestly. I think that's just what was holding it up. And who knows how long ago they shot the film. But, I mean, it's like the Stranger Things problem, all the kids have beards now. And it's like, I can't take you as a high schooler,
Right.
I'm over-exaggerating, of course. But they're all 20 on Stranger Things. I mean, pretty much.
But they don't look like it.
No, thankfully. Yeah, thankfully. But it's getting really close,
Yeah.
Like, I'm worried about next season, like, you gotta do a time jump, but how can you with that after that season finale?
They were already in the process. Did they not shoot it back to back?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
sometimes
hope so,
they do that.
Because man, they're gonna look obviously too old to be in high school.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're not kids anymore. Yeah, but that's what's going on with Shazam. That cast, especially the main dude who's Shazam. I'm like, Jesus, he's like so tall now and he's jacked. I'm like, dude. Going to suit up soon. Like you're not going to really transition to anything. But yeah, it looks good. Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu. I hope it's good. It looks kind of like their villainry kind of looks predictable. I hope I'm wrong. I don't know. Not like it's bad, but it's just like I've seen that before. So hopefully it's something different. It's cool. You think he's in the shrink's office, but it's like a pediatrician.
best. Those are the pieces that I love
what do you think? And he's like,
this film.
I'm a pediatrician. Mm-hmm. And he's not as bulky. They trimmed down the suit. They've changed all the suits. And
I thought the bulkiness was like a play on the comic character.
Yeah, I didn't really think of it as
like
a bad thing. But, bad press to just like go after the negative things. And when the whole family showed up at the end, that was so cool, that first one. It's like, oh, it's just beautiful. Stupid Toys gave it away, though. Before the film came out. Because obviously they were in the comics already, but when the toys came out, like, oh, well, this is happening in the film. Like, well, that would have been a nice surprise. Lego supposedly has ruined Black Panther, by the way, exposing who's going to be Black Panther. But it could be, if many people are taking up the mantle until they actually choose somebody, then maybe it's okay. Maybe that's...
I'm so glad I don't pay attention to toys.
It's just, I love toys, but it's like, how are they allowed to screw up or spoil the films? Like, I don't get it. I guess you have to pay like what, $80, $100 a set. Thankfully, I don't have that addiction
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then what do you do with it after you build it? It's right there on the shelf.
Yeah, we actually, my daughter's obsessed with Minecraft, so we have a lot of Minecraft sets, and they actually sit on a shelf.
They're great, but it's like they're gonna kick you out of your house, eventually. And it's like, I love it, but I have an Ecto 1 I built, and I loved it. I had to stop. I'm like, I can't keep going. Like, I'm not gonna have
Friends
room.
set too.
What's that?
Did you have the Friends set?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was fun. I want to get lights for it and stuff.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Like things like that are cool, but it's like, it could easily get out of control. So thankfully I'm not invested that much in Legos to get spoiled, but the toys themselves spoil. So I don't know. Black Adam, The Rock, he pulled a Tom Hiddleston Loki. I don't know if you remember years back, Tom Hiddleston appeared at a con as Loki in character. Oh. And he did that whole speech about you want to be ruled and stuff. People just went ape shit. It was right after Avengers came out. Yeah. And so The Rock did something similar. He was in full costume. And he was like on a crane. They made it look cool. It wasn't like he was just like hanging there like, I'm going to get you. He was just kind of heroic, But yeah, dude, he fills out that suit. There's probably no padding in that shit. It's just all him. He's nuts. Black Adam. They had a new trailer for that. Looks interesting. It's darker than Shazam. Him and Shazam are supposed to go toe-to-toe. They do in the comics, so it's going to happen.
So who are you going to root for?
Well, Shazam's kind of the good guy.
Yeah.
But, The Rock's playing... The Rock, he's not playing a bad guy. He's playing like a Venom,
a misunderstood.
Yeah. So that's just because he's a big star, and he's like, I'm not playing a bad guy. And like, okay, we'll ride around it,
Right.
We all win. It'll be a tie. That's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But realistically, it'd be The Rock. Jesus, just looking at him like, I'm dead.
You can't hate The Rock.
No. It looks great. I guess he got booed a little bit because he was like talking about Superman. He's like, I think someone maybe asked like, can you imagine your character going toe-to-toe with Superman, or is Superman going to be in this film? Because they do in the comics to go to toe-to-toe. And he's like, well, it depends on whoever's playing Superman. I guess he got booed. It was like overblown in the press.
I don't think he meant it that way.
But maybe that would have been a good time for Henry Cavill to walk out.
Yeah.
People would have lost their shit. Oh. Again, Warner Brothers. Really?
Right?
Come on.
You have a huge fan base there that's just waiting.
You got Pierce Brosnan in this film. I'm excited to have him be a superhero.
I haven't seen him in anything in a while.
He pops up here and there. An actor I'd love to see more of. Mamma Mia. He did those 2 films.
He did do Mamma Mia.
He did. Yeah. Should make a 3rd one. Maybe they're gonna wait another 10 years. And then...
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
They were supposedly working on a 2 before Robin died.
Oh,
supposedly.
yeah, I don't.
It's a Broadway show now, I think. Though.
Is it?
Miss Doubtfire.
You could definitely do it as a Broadway show.
Classic film.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pierce. That was right before Pierce took over as Bond.
Help is on the way, dear.
Yes.
Help is on the way.
Was it Run by Fruiting or something? Or Drive by Fruiting? When he chucks the fruit at Pierce Brosnan's head. Yeah. It was a boy.
He's a he-she.
Yes.
That movie is so good.
It's classic. October 21st, this is coming out, which is my wedding anniversary, though.
Oh, nice.
Thanks a lot, Warner Brothers. I appreciate it. Hopefully it's good.
I'm sure
my wife will not go see it with me. So
really?
I don't know. Maybe I can drag her to it.
I bet she would.
She's like, we always do dinner in a movie. Like, I know, but it's now you can literally do it in the same place.
She picks dinner. Yeah. You pick movie, and it's even.
Would you like the chicken tenders or the cheeseburger?
No. Do one better than that.
No, I'm kidding. No, we go to steakhouses.
Do you?
We throw down. Yeah.
That's nice. I had a wedding anniversary and I didn't do anything.
Really?
Nope.
Not McDonald's? No Happy Meal?
I actually forgot.
That's all right.
So that's my life. But I forget most things. I forget how old I am and when my birthday is.
That's okay. Just keep forgetting. That way, yeah.
Yeah.
You never get bummed out or anything.
No, it's all about the kids. That's the only things I tend to remember. So.
Yep. When they graduate and get out of the house, and you have to find yourself again. Like, oh yeah, shit. I'm this age. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I don't become my mother and adopt a ton of dogs.
Maybe cats.
No, I'm not a cat person. I'm gonna pass on that.
I love cats. I don't like cat pee too much. Yeah. I don't want to be one of those households. It's like, oh, Jesus. You're getting high just walking in here.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, too. Because that is
We got one cat, and when their litter's bad, it's like, get on that right now.
Yeah, well, they say you're supposed to. This is such a segue. They say you're supposed to have, like, is it 3 boxes per cat? Like one cat should have more than one box. Yeah,
I believe it.
So then if you have like 9 cats, then you're just going to be, every corner of your room is going to be a litter box.
A lot of them don't do that. So the whole house is their litter box. It's beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you might as well just live on a farm at that point.
Yeah. Speaking of pets, Super Pets is out right now. So maybe I'll put that picture up behind us as we talked about. Be a nice little advertisement that they didn't want from us.
Cat piss.
Go see Super Pets. The Rock's in it. He voices Crypto, I think. The Rock
and then Kevin Hart. Yeah, I was going to say.
Kevin Hart's Ace, the Bat Hound.
I only know that because there was a clip on TikTok where they were doing the tortilla and that was hilarious.
That is fun. That's a new challenge I learned about on vacation. I was like, oh my gosh. Each person puts water in their mouth, right?
Mm-hmm. And then you do rock, paper, scissors.
It's so funny though. The person who slaps ends up laughing so much they spit out the water on the person. So the person gets slapped and soaked. It's great. Dungeons and Dragons. This is like the second film they've tried to do. Honor Among Thieves. This stars Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, and the dude from Bridgerton. I can't really say his name too well, so I'm not going to try.
I'm not good with names
Handsome Devil from Bridgerton, right?
Yep.
I think never played Dungeons and Dragons. Have you?
I have not.
Okay.
I do like it when they adapt it into other types of films, but not as a standalone.
Or like Stranger Things. They do
that and there's been other films that have done it as well.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Based off the tabletop role-playing game from the 1974. So, it was tough as tabletop. Everyone's played... Everyone's got their own world with that game, and to just focus on a movie, you're choosing for everybody what story we're going to see.
And maybe that's why I'm not. Maybe that's why I don't like it.
This looks fun though. I think this looks pretty fun.
Yeah,
the effects look great. That kind of sold me. They don't look like your usual CG effects are kind of sloppy, just kind of the usual copy paste, throw that in there. These actually look really crisp. I don't know. I saw the trailer twice just to make sure I wasn't crazy, but that was my biggest takeaway. And I did like what I saw. And the cast is great. Hugh Grant's in this. Yeah.
This is not his type of genre at all.
He's picky with his parts, and he chose to be in this film, so it must be good, right?
No.
Paycheck.
There's a lot of things that he's done that have not been great. But,
I guess so, yeah. I guess you say that.
He's a rom-com guy.
Yeah. Well, maybe he meets a lady in this, and it's a love story. It's not really about thieves.
I don't know.
He meets a dragon.
My issue with standalone gaming films has always been the same thing, and we talked about this a little bit beforehand, is anytime that you try to, make a video game, or not a video game, but a game in general film, it never goes well unless you're just adapting pieces of it into a different type of film. And that's
on paper, it seems like it's a no-brainer. It would be easy to transition to a film, but they just, like Assassin's Creed we talked about.
Yeah.
Mario, that was very different from the game.
Yep.
Now you could do that, I think. It would be really trippy, you know?
But it might be really cool, though.
And they just imagine this shit, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of the... Like, I like Sonic, but I'm so tired of that.
I didn't like Sonic either.
Smurfs did it, you know? Like, they're in their own world, and then they come to our world. And it's like, oh my God, it's just been done to death. Like, just take us to the world, you know? I don't know. But this is
I'll wait for
potential.
You guys to see it, and then you tell me, because I think I have
you given up on games transitioning to film.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work.
I just have not seen it work.
I mean, Resident Evil did it, but they went away from the games, though. They did their own thing. So does that count? I don't know.
I think it's better if you do it that way.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat's still the best. The original Mortal Kombat. Closest to the game, even though it's ridiculous. It's very close to the game.
Maybe this has...
But this is a board game, so it's a little different,
exactly.
Right? I mean, I guess it has probably become a video game, too.
No, I don't know.
Should have done the research, but I assume...
I think it's just
someone developed it for PlayStation or something.
I don't know.
Probably wasn't successful.
Bill, where are you? That's a Bill question. I don't think so. I've never... Any of my friends that play... Dungeon and Dragons, if I can speak. None of them talk. It's all board.
Yeah.
And some of their stuff is like, the way they set it up is legit.
Right.
Like, they've got full-on expensive...
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In Hollywood, there's a lot of groups, even.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Joe Manganiello.
Doesn't Henry play?
I think so. He seems to be a big dork, so that's great.
Yeah.
He gives us hope. He's a dork that cares about his body. Probably because he gets paid, you know.
That. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody paid me...
Yep.
Or gave me the resources or paid for the resources, all of us would be ripped. Mm-hmm. But without that, it's difficult. I mean, they all have chefs and cooks. Chefs and cooks, chefs and trainers and nutritionists. They probably have
people actually work them out, too. They don't do anything. They just grab their arms. And
and they just do it for them.
Machine, Yeah. That'd be cool.
I've never shied away from working out. That's not the problem for me. It's figuring out what to eat.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't think I ever will. I'm just counting macros. What? I don't understand that.
You do one or the other. I can't do both. It's just too much.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Make my meals and I'll do the rest.
I think if you work out a lot, you burn off a lot of bad shit, so that helps. So.
Yeah.
As you get older, though, probably not so much.
No, it's I can speak to that. So.
In my prime, I remember I could work out and I would eat a shitty school lunch. It was like 2 slices of pizza and 2
the best
fries, 2 chocolate
pizza.
milks. Yeah. I can't do that anymore. It just won't work. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Mm-hmm. You're a Game of Thrones fan. I still need to get on board and see the show. Maybe I'll just see this show to start with because it's a prequel.
It is, and I'm not too familiar with. I haven't been following it closely because they've been talking about it for a really long time.
Right. Yep.
But I am a huge Game of Thrones fan, and so I'm excited that they are doing a prequel. I'm excited to be back into that world again because they did it so well. Well, except for the final season where we all got duped.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, we got gypped. But so apparently, and I had to do some research on this because I couldn't quite figure out what timeline we were in. And it sounds like I am not alone based off of some of these articles that I'm reading because everyone was slightly confused. Where are we in this prequel?
Yes.
So we are 200 years prior to the Civil War, but only 100 years. Hold on. Gosh darn it. So we're 200 years before the House of Dragon, and then we are... I already said that, didn't I?
Possibly.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It was all right here. Anyways, the Targaryens, in this adaptation, they are ruling Westeros. God dang, I cannot talk today.
Big words. It's all right.
Right. Which we knew. We knew that because we knew that Baratheon came in and took over Westeros. And so I think, if I understood correctly, we're only 100 years off from that.
Right.
If I read that correctly, somewhere in here. So we're pretty far out. We are not in that realm yet. We're going to see some of those characters from Game of Thrones further back than that. So
it looks great. It looks like it's well made and produced. Matt Smith's in it. He kind of needs a hit. He was Doctor Who, and he's been in a lot of things, but nothing really big since Doctor Who. So I hope this is finally like, hey, I have proof I can do more than Doctor Who, be successful, like, across the board. But yeah, of course, there's a lot more other great actors in this cast. Guess which month this comes out? We're on a roll with this month. Hint.
Oh, August?
Yes. 21st.
Ooh, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of binging.
Yes,
well, you can't. HBO will release it one episode at a time, but.
Yeah, unless they do like sometimes they do. Don't they do like 2 episodes for premiere? Sometimes.
Yeah.
You prefer like one at a time, or you like them all at once? You don't have a life all at once. That's all you do is watch them, basically.
It depends. If you're hooked. I think when I was watching the initial Game of Thrones series, I liked the idea that it was one episode at a time because we all waited with bated breath.
Because it was a water cooler show.
Every single episode, and we were all excited, and everybody sat down and watched it. I mean, I remember numerous times that it would crash. But like
Disney Plus does that too.
Yeah, but like things like Stranger Things, even though it would probably be a good idea to release it one at a time.
Especially how big the episodes are right now.
Yeah.
Like a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I like having it all at once because then I can sit down and watch 3 episodes and then, at the end of the night and, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm mixed, but yeah, everyone's on the same page if it's like, every week versus like all at once. And you also feel like you can't slow down and like take in what you've seen and take a break because you'll get spoiled on the internet. That's basically why I jumped on the last 2 episodes of Stranger Things. I was like, I don't want to see any spoilers. I gotta see this show right now.
Right.
And it sucks because I wasn't quite ready. I was like, I wanted to actually do it when I had a good chunk of time and I could relax and just take it in. Instead, I was just like, oh my God, what?
So I found it. I want to correct it. So the House of Dragon is set about 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones, which is what I was trying to say. But then it's about 100 years after the Targaryens' conquest of Westeros. Okay. So I said that, but not articulately. So I just want to clear that up. But yeah, like you were saying, I think I just had a concussion moment. I don't remember what you were saying.
We got it on camera. Brought to you by concussions.
Yeah, don't fall on your face.
Tell the truth. Right. Yeah, it looks good. Maybe I'll see them in order. So maybe I'll just wait till this comes out. Of course, it'll probably have another season, so... Yeah,
the only thing I don't know if there's any of this in here, and we know this about the Targaryens in general, is that there's a lot of inbreeding going on, and we saw a little bit of that in the actual Game of Thrones series.
Yeah.
And so I really hope that we don't see a lot of that because we know it's there, but like I don't want it to be played on too much.
Before they got lazy, it's like when they actually ventured out to meet people.
Like I think one of the characters here is married to their uncle. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
We knew that, but now
historically, those times.
These
are different.
Well,
this
cousins.
is a different. Right, but this kind of mirrors our old castle days and shit.
Yeah.
Right? There was
did
a lot
we
of
marry
that.
uncles or did we just marry cousins?
I think cousins was definitely in.
Well, cousins was then. I don't know about like siblings and like
they couldn't figure out why the kids like had
grandpas.
3 eyes or like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And it does mention that their madness, this family's madness, has contributed to their inbreeding, which obviously makes sense.
Right. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird to have a popular show like that features that. I
don't think it'll be focused on that. I hope it's just a known fact. Yeah. Like that's a thing and that we're not having a ton of like sex scenes where that is a thing.
Right.
Because we already had that with Jon Snow and Daenerys. So I don't want to.
Yeah. Less of that. Come on. Just Go to the other room.
Yeah. But from the trailer, I mean, it looks the graphics look great. I love that there's a ton of dragons.
Yeah.
I love that. I felt like I didn't get enough of that in Game of Thrones. So, and none of them are dead, obviously. Well, yet, because we obviously know that does happen. But yeah.
That's great.
Bring me my dragons.
Yes, it looks great. That's all the news we really have. All we have left is recommendations, reviews. Yeah. So, do you want to start? You got anything to talk about? Game of Thrones, probably, for sure, right?
Yeah, nothing new. I've actually started going back and just watching things that were on my list that I hadn't seen. And just to throw out there that, because we've talked about this before, I'm not a hater of Ben Affleck. I do like him. I just don't like some of the films he did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so I saw him in, I watched Deep Water. It's on Hulu.
Oh, yeah. That's with what's her face? She's playing Marilyn Monroe. Jesus. She was in
Anna
Knives Out.
De Armas.
Yes.
De Armas.
Great actress.
Yeah. This is a very interesting movie,
pretty.
But I liked him because I like it when he plays those type of characters.
Did you like Gone Girl too?
Did I see Gone Girl? Oh yeah. I liked him in that too.
Isn't it kind of similar to Gone Girl or no?
It is kind of similar.
She's kind of like not a great wife, right?
Well, no, like in Gone Girl, it's both of the females.
They're both similar in a way, right?
Well, no, because not to give anything away, but Ben's the killer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I like it when he plays things like that.
The Accountant was supposed to be good.
Oh, it was amazing. I saw that.
I've seen clips.
So good.
I've not seen it, but I've seen clips. Or I guess making another one maybe. So.
Oh, see, he's not terrible. I just prefer him and other things.
I've seen this. Yeah, there's like a hallway scene I saw, and he's just shooting people. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was
Deep
good
Water,
in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I might be on my list too. That was kind of controversial.
Do not watch it with children.
Oh yeah, that's actually most of the time. That's why I can't watch a lot of shows. I have to wait because they'll just come out in the living room. Even when we tell them like, "Hey, we're watching something you can't watch," they'll just come on out.
Yeah, like, they do. Well, because now they know.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Especially my oldest one. She's just like, I'm an adult now. Like, no, you're 14. Stop. Mm-hmm. I'm an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we be equals? It's like because we're not. I'm a parent. You're a child.
Right. I also sat down and watched The Adam Project finally.
I have not seen that either.
I hadn't seen it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Could it have been theatrical, do you think? Or is it... Doesn't have that feel?
Doesn't have that feel.
Yeah. See, I like that feel. And I don't think a lot of these new streaming ones don't have that,
Yeah.
There's just something missing. I don't know what it is, but...
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of your big name actors in it, so but I don't know that it was theater worthy.
Right.
Stranger Things would have been theater worthy. I would have sat through all of that, the whole thing.
That's damn good stuff.
Yeah. So those are the two things that I've seen recently that if you haven't checked out, you definitely should check out because they are worth the sit down to watch.
Excellent. Yeah, I got every streaming service. I have a list, and they're big lists, so. I don't want to forget about them, so I'm like, I go out there right away and I put it on there. So there's another Affleck film I want to see. I think it's called the Tinder Bar or something like that, or Tender Bar. He plays a bartender, and his nephew's it's like a coming of age story.
Oh, it's
supposed to be really good. It's on Amazon, actually. I think. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good.
Ooh, look at him. Look at him. What era is this? Is this 70s? Okay, yep. The shirt didn't give that away or anything.
Oh, there was a good one on there. Oh, gosh. What was it called? Paul Bettany was in it. Uncle Frank, I think. That's a Hulu or Amazon. That's a good film, too.
Uncle Frank.
Especially like his niece. Is a coming-of-age story, another coming-of-age story. Mm-hmm. His niece loves her Uncle Frank, which is played by Paul
Bettany, yep.
And he comes to the family reunions or dinners, whatever, once in a while. She always has a great time. Mm-hmm. Her grandpa, Frank's dad, is terrible to him, and so anyway, she wants to see her Uncle Frank one time, and she goes to New York City where he lives and discovers he's gay.
Oh.
And this is during the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep. So
and I guess that's basically why his dad was always a piece of shit to him because never could accept the way he was and stuff like that. So it's really good. I'm not doing it justice by describing it, but watch the trailer. It's a good film. So
also, before I forget, I also watched The Gray Man.
Oh, yes. I've heard mixed things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're correct.
Yeah, I would say that whatever you're reading is correct. It wasn't amazing. It stalled out a lot.
Doing good since they left Marvel.
Yeah, the only Ryan made that film. He was the only standout person in that film.
So Chris Evans did not. I heard he was like a mustache twirling villain.
Yeah, he really
looked
was.
like he was having fun.
He does look like he's having fun, and maybe that's the problem. I just. No.
Yeah, he's like this is a character piece.
He was a cool dude. He was a cool villain. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like the storyline either, to be honest. It just played out like the next you knew the whole time what the I just smacked myself in the face. You knew the whole time. What was going on? I mean, it was all
predictable.
It was
paint
super
by numbers kind of movie.
Yeah, and it just now I gotta be. It felt like now I gotta beat this boss, and then I gotta go beat this boss. Right. It kind of felt like to me. So
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I don't know. But Ryan does well in everything that he does. Yeah, in my opinion. So
including Barbie. No, I don't know.
I'm super excited for that.
I think that could be good. I hope so.
So
I'm going to take that on, but no, he's a good actor. I like the trailer to that movie. Mm-hmm. There's just one scene in the trailer that just totally took me out of it, and I was like, "This looks fake as shit." Now it's like when he's on top of something that's colliding with a building or something like that. Yeah. And then Anna, what's her name again? She's in it too. Who was in Deep Water?
Yeah, she is in it. Her part isn't really that big, but yeah.
She's in the car though. She's like, jump in. I'm like, okay, this is Fast and Furious. No.
Yeah.
It took me out of it. I was on board and I'm like, no, that looks like shit. Why is this in this film?
A lot of dull moments. And I think the only reason why I continued to see it through was because I liked Ryan's character.
So it should have been edited down more, you think?
Yeah.
Did it feel like, was it a long movie itself?
It really was. I feel like it could have been a 30-minute movie, to be honest. But,
yeah, edit it down, make it tight.
Yeah. Oh, who else was in it? Billy Bob Thornton was in it. He's not terrible. He's not terrible at anything he does. No. But, and it was really a standard role for him.
Was it? Yeah.
Just something you've seen him in before.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It really was a bummer.
Maybe I was expecting more. Since they're on streaming that they can go longer, I don't know. Yeah, because they can. Because they're not in the theater. Because, theaters will play your movie usually if it's, reasonable, so they can get more screens, or less, or more films in the day. Because if you got one film that's, super long, it's going to screw up all your other timelines or showtime, sorry. And people coming and staying, all that stuff.
It kind of reminded me of, who was that? What was that film series that came out in the maybe early 90s with that guy who's now a cop in Florida or somewhere?
Oh, Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The series that he did where he was Siege? I don't know.
All those movies are kind of the same.
Wasn't it some girl got taken and he was like...
That's like every film.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm trying to... Yeah, get at. It's no. That's what it's...
It's not every film.
Why are they still making those films?
I don't know.
Like
I said...
Do people really like that?
It looked good until I saw that scene. I was like, nope. Jumped the shark.
It was like a Bourne wannabe movie.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if we'll see it at all.
Yeah.
I'll put that way down on the list.
I looked down a lot. Bummer. In fact, I was multitasking. Ouch. I didn't start off multitasking.
It's a laundry film.
It really is a laundry film. Yes. Just to put it on in the background to say that you watched it. Oh, yeah, I know what happened. So.
Someday, and you could do this now, but I think they'll make it easier. Someday, you'll be able to take anything you want and make it better yourself. You know what I mean? Just edit out shit. And it's like, yeah, I made a better film. Here you go.
Yep.
I think that's a lot of the streaming series now is issues. Is you got a lot of we're walking around. What the hell are we doing? This is kind of stupid. Let's cut this shit out. Let's just make this 3 hour show. Or a movie, right? So yeah, you can edit now, but you hear fan edits all the time, and they
sometimes
take off.
Those fan edits are
Topher Grace of all people supposedly fan edited the prequel Star Wars trilogy, and it's supposed to be really good. But you can't see it because it's copyright and all that.
They need to bring people in off the streets and come in and edit their shit for them. That's what they need to do.
As you get older, you realize, especially when you do stuff like this, how much time goes into. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, you understand now why, like, and it sucks that all these animators and stuff, they don't get paid. Like, I don't think they get paid a ton. And there was a funny meme. I don't know if I can recall it exactly, but Marvel announced all these films, and it was something about the animators like, okay, after this we're done, and then it shows them Marvel like release a slate of films like, you're done when we say you're done, or something like that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm gonna recommend Light and Magic. It's on Disney Plus. Okay. Documentary series. It's basically the forming of ILM, Industrial Light and Magic. How they basically came to be from Star Wars. Ooh. So it's really fascinating. Really cool. These like old school effects artists, guys who grew up idolizing old school effects artists, and it just takes you through the whole, movie by movie almost of their evolution, and it just shows.
I hope appreciation of what they had at the time and how they made that work.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. They had to build whole new equipment that didn't exist, and techniques. And George Lucas, say what you will about his later in life filmmaking, whatever. And I certainly have, but man, the dude's visionary, because he funded this company out of his own pocket. Dang. After Star Wars. He kept it going, and then he would let his friends use that company for their films. And so Spielberg really used them for Raiders, and even films he produced like Poltergeist and other ones. It's so cool. Poltergeist, there's a scene where a house like implodes. Mm-hmm. So they had to figure out how to do that, and it's so crazy how they did it. Like, basically they built a model and they put piano wire inside of all the beams, they made for it. They ran it through a vacuum cleaner.
Oh my God.
And it just, and it's so cool. They show you how they did it, and then they show the actual film, and you're just like, oh my God, that's so
crazy.
Cool. Like, they had to think of, they were pushed by Lucas and Spielberg. Like, the only thing that's sad about it is, Lucas always envisioned going digital, and he is the hero to that industry. Mm-hmm. Because everyone is digital now. Mm-hmm. Editing, he hated editing because you have to have an assistant go grab a roll of film, pull it, and he's looking for this one scene. He had to go through all these film reels. Yeah. Instead, he wanted it all digitized, so they did that. And it shows the drawbacks to evolution is because they had a creature shop, people who made the creatures and made the models. Well, as the digital caught up to being realistic, those shops had to shut down. Mm-hmm. So those people were extinct. Mm. So it goes on to show Jurassic Park was a big moment. Cause you had a guy, I think is it Phil Tabbitt? I can't remember his name exactly, but he did stop motion. So, remember the old King Kong? How it's you've seen stop motion. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's what he was doing. And he was filming that for Jurassic Park already. But at the same time, it was also trying this digital technology for the dinosaurs. So that's what happened, was basically he was filming that. That's what he did. And then the digital guys actually caught up to what he was doing and made it better. Mm-hmm. And so they showed the preview film, and they're like, what do you think? And he's like, I feel extinct. Mm. So, but they still utilized them. Spoiler. But it is sad. It's one of the drawbacks, but it's evolution, and sadly, it's makes the filmmaking process better. But yeah, the artists involved, a lot of them, they have no work anymore, but they get to move up within the company. So it's a really good series. I strongly recommend everyone check it out. It's 6 episodes, maybe an hour each. Great. It's a great show. Orville, New Horizons. I don't know if you're not probably a Star Trek fan. Do you like science fiction at all? You might like it, though. It's Seth MacFarlane. Do you like Family Guy? His humor, kind of?
Yeah, I know it's Seth MacFarlane.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, the first 2 seasons of The Orville are kind of like they're very funny, and it starts getting more serious, but it's good. It's like TNG with humor, Star Trek Next Generation with humor. So that show, 3rd season's on Hulu right now. All seasons are going to be available on Disney Plus August 10th. August again. So
we've got what? August 17th, August
21st, I think. Yeah.
August 10th. You guys
all
are
August.
busy.
I guess so. Yeah. So that's a great show. I recommend. Check that out. That's all I have.
Yeah.
So shout outs before we go. Nexus 6. Thanks for the facility. Dave's company here. They think outside the box. They're award winning. Just great local company here in Iowa. Steve's Comic Blog for great reviews on comics. Go to that blog, stevescomicblog.com. And then Bill E. Creston Gaming, formerly known as 515 Gaming. Check them out. And of course, Field of Geeks. All news gathered today came from our Facebook page. So go out there if you want to see more news. Go in more in depth, perhaps, with some of the things. Our episodes are available everywhere you find podcasts, and we're also on YouTube, video form. Just beginning to do that. So, pretty cool. fieldofgeeks.com. You got anything you want to plug or anything before we go? Or you good?
No.
No? You good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, with that said, I'm Josh.
I'm Megan.
Take care.